Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day. Has had a good day so far. You can skip this part of the video if you want to and skip straight to the player props, but I kind of just want to go over last video pick in general, just kind of talk for a second in general. But obviously it was not a good day at all. We had the combo play, didn't hit. We had Edoa, didn't hit, and we had the money line play, which also didn't hit. So we had a reverse sweep day, and I don't even really want to go over the picks too much just because at the end of the day, they missed. We had the keeper play, which had 0 at halftime, and it had 8 in just the second half. Frustrating. Edoa needed at least 2 tackles. He had 2 tackles, and it took one away for some reason. That was frustrating. And then Torino scored, but the Heidenheim and Bochum game didn't have a single goal in the whole game. So again, it was just a frustrating day, and it's honestly very annoying, mainly because, like, when it comes to me making these plays, I'm not mad too much if I like miss personally, but it's the fact that I'm like posting these plays and I feel confident in them, and you guys have all this trust in me, and then we have a day like this, we reverse sweep and stuff like that, and it's very demoralizing. And obviously I know that with days like this we can bounce back and stuff, but in general it just hasn't been good lately, and I'm just like, I'm trying to bounce back. I promise you I'm trying, but it's just very frustrating, and I know you guys are like gonna show support and stuff like that, but at the end of the day it's just very frustrating. And obviously we're gonna try to bounce back as always, but I guess just for me and for y'all, I don't know, I'm thinking of doing something in this video if for some reason we don't have a good day. And by good day I mean like we don't hit at least like 60% of the props, or overall the full video doesn't hit 60%. I'll pick 2, maybe 3 people from the whoever comments in this video, and I'll either pay for our membership or honestly just send y'all like, I don't know, 10-20 cash, I don't know. But either way, if you just want to drop a comment, whether it's either, it could be supporting, it could be a suggestion on something, I don't really mind. But I want to do something for you guys, for those that do listen to what I have to say and support me when I have those bad days. Trust me, all your guys' support really helps. But we have a big slate for this video. It is Saturday. There's always a big slate for Saturday. Some teams don't have a lot to play for anymore, so I've been trying to be a little picky on which teams and which games to bet on. So again, I'm never gonna have a lot of picks if I don't like them. So quality over quantity as always. But if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight or more than likely tomorrow when lineups are out and games are out. So if you want more plays, keep an eye out for those. But other than that, I'll just get straight into the plays. Both of these plays are on PrizePicks. Underdog lately, the last couple of days, their lines on Underdog is very horrible. They barely give you any options anymore for over and unders, and when the overs that they do have are like super inflated lines, so there's no point in taking any of those. Sometimes they eventually put the lines out, but that's later on in the day. So both of these plays are on PrizePicks because their lines have been much better. And the first one is Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2 shots away from home for Bournemouth going up against Arsenal. First of all, he's a shooter. He's averaged 3.64 shots per 90, so he averages almost 4. We need him to take at least 2. He's versatile. He's taking 61 with his left, 49 with his right, and he's also a long shot taker, which is what I like. 80 inside the box and 38 outside the box. And he went over in the first game at home with 6 shots with Arsenal's full squad. We just need 2 in this game. And last game, Arsenal lost at home to PSG in the Champions League, and their next game is away in France. So they will rest and rotate players in the game. That doesn't really mean too much to Arsenal. The only thing they really have to play for now is a Champions League spot, but they're 7 points ahead with like 4 games to go or something like that. So they don't need to try too hard. Obviously, they still will try, but they're gonna be resting a lot of players and rotating players because they need to win this next game away to PSG. Plus, he's had 2+ shots in 28 out of 33 games. That's an 85% hit rate. And Arsenal is not an aggressive team, which is what I like, because Semenyo, not only can he get shots from passes from his teammate, but he's a good dribbler. And if Arsenal don't stop him, he will take those shots. And I just like the line here, so I like the play. Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2 shots. And a second player prop that I have so far, again on PrizePicks as well, is Ferran Torres to go higher than 3 shots away from home for Barcelona going up against Valladolid. It's the best possible matchup. First of all, Valladolid allow on average the most shots to opponents, so best matchup. They allow on average 15.8. And Barcelona as a team in the first game destroyed Valladolid 7-0, and it's just showing you that Barcelona played well against them in the first game. Ferran played off the bench, only played like 20 minutes, I think like maybe like 17 minutes, and he scored in that game, took one shot, and replaced the full game. I see him easily getting 3. And Lewandowski could be back for the next game against Inter Milan, so he needs to take advantage of the minutes that he should be and will be playing in this game. Besides, in all 4 games that he has started since Lewandowski's injury, he's had 3+ in all 4 games. So technically, when he starts without Lewandowski, it's a 100% hit rate, 3+ shots in all those games. And Barcelona will very likely also rotate their squad, but he's one of the players that should still stay there. But with the players that are projected to be playing in this game, he will be really the only real shooter in this game. The teammates around him might shoot, but more than likely, they're more likely to pass to him. And he will take the shots if he is needed. And Valladolid are already relegated, so it's not like they're going to be playing super hard. They have nothing to play for anymore. Besides, he's versatile. In La Liga, he's taking 31 with his right, 10 with his left foot, and he's also a long shot taker. Same thing, 32 inside the box, 12 outside the box. It's a good matchup, and they still need to be aggressive in this game because they should be a game where they should be winning because they're still only 4 points in first place when it comes to getting that league title. So it's still going to be a game where Barcelona is going to be aggressive, and he's going to be the one taking those shots. I like the line, and it's a good matchup. I like Ferran Torres to go higher in 3 shots. As always, before I get into the money line plays, I really appreciate everybody liking the video and commenting as well. I mentioned commenting earlier in the video if you listen to that, but here as well, I really appreciate it. Anything helps. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications, all that. I have the membership in the description if you're interested in that for those that want to get the plays out early and support the channel just a little more. And all my links for everything, whether it's Outlier, which is the pictures that you see on the screen, it's a data app, or my player prop apps, all linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. My first money line play is a 118 slip. Day 1 is Atleti to score 1 goal against Alaves. Honestly, there's no reason why they can't score. It's Atletico. There's no reason why they should be holding back in this game. Alaves are only 2 points behind the relegation zone, so they'll either try to attack and be vulnerable or sit back and try to draw, which will invite the Atletico pressure and will be vulnerable regardless. So they scored 2 goals in the first game at home, and Atletico as a team is fully healthy. They have scored in 29 out of 33 games so far this season. That's an 88% hit rate, and they have converted 39% of the shots on target that they've taken. So they're a pretty clinical team, and with the win here, probably maybe even a draw, they pretty much 100% guarantee a top 5 spot, which is a Champions League team. They're a good team, much better team than Alaves, and again, there's no reason why they can't score, so you're getting good value here. I like Atletico to score away from home going up against Alaves, and the second play for the slip is also in La Liga, and that's Las Palmas to win or draw going up against Valencia. Las Palmas is fighting relegation. They're only 2 points from getting out. They're in the relegation zone, and they need a win. Obviously, if they just draw, they still get a point, but they will play hard. They beat them in the first game away from home 2-3, and Valencia is the second worst away team. They've only won 1 game from 16. So for opponents, this is has hit 15 out of 16 games when Valencia has played away from home. They have only scored 14 goals and conceded 30, so they're not good offensively and weak defensively. They have drew half of the games that they have played away from home, which still is good for us because a draw still hits the play for us regardless. They scored 3 goals. When they scored 3 goals in that first game, they all came from inside the box, which shows Valencia's defensive vulnerabilities. And Las Palmas has a fully healthy attack, so there's no reason why they can't score. And I mentioned that they scored in 14 out of 16 home games. It's much more juiced if you take them to score. But I like the win or draw because if they do score, I do not see Valencia scoring 2 goals at all. Again, they've only scored 14 goals in those 16 away games, and they haven't scored 2 goals in 14 out of 16 away games. That's an 88% hit rate for them to not score 2, and I trust them at home. Fully healthy. They need this win. They could win against Valencia, but I'm taking a safer play for them to just not lose against Valencia. They need to fight that relegation zone. So I like Las Palmas to win and draw going up against Valencia. This is the slip that I like for day 1 for -118. The second money line play is in the Italian league, the Serie A. It's a -125 play, and that's Cagliari to score the first goal going up against Udinese. They're playing a team who is scoreless in 4 straight games, and the main reason why I mentioned it last time I played a team against them is they're missing Thauvin and they're missing Luca. They're 2 best attackers who have 22 goals and assists between them from the team's total 36. So over 66% of the around 66% of the goals that they've scored, the 2 players that are involved are gone. And this game, they're also gonna be missing Pajero and Ezibwe. due to suspension because they got yellow cards in the last game. So they won't be playing that game either, and they're two really important midfield presence for them. So if anything, that'll just make their defense weaker and their offense as well. Cagliari are not fully safe from relegation, so they're going to try hard. And Udinese have conceded 26 goals in 17 games, and they have nothing to play for anymore. They're safe. They can't get a European spot, so it's not like they're going to be playing extra hard, while Cagliari still need to guarantee their spot in the league for next season. And against Udinese, it's just a weak team right now. They've lost so many games in a row. They tied the last one, and they haven't scored in 4 straight. And Cagliari have scored 20 goals in 17 at home, and have scored in 59% of whole games, 10 out of 17. And if you look at the games that they didn't score at home, they didn't score against Juventus, Inter Milan, Atalanta, Bologna, Napoli, and Roma. All good defenses, and Udinese is not that. Again, there's a good chance Udinese might not even score at all, and Cagliari need to score, need to guarantee their spot. Udinese is very weak, and I like the value you're getting here as well for Cagliari to score first, so I like this play. Cagliari to score first at home against Udinese from -125. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, I mentioned the place in the beginning of the video, and I do have the Discord link in the description if you're interested in joining that. People post their plays, which honestly you might be better off taking right now. They've been doing great over there. Then they don't just post soccer, they post NBA, they post CSGO, tennis, they post everything. Good community I'm trying to build over there. It's not a premium. More than welcome to join in the description. And again, I really appreciate and really thank anybody who supports me even when I have these this bad stretch and stuff like that. Again, I don't even blame you if you don't want to take these plays or just trust your gut or whatever, but I'm still gonna post. I like posting regardless. I like giving out these free picks for you all. At the end of the day, they're still free, so you're not forced to take them or anything like that. So again, I really appreciate everybody's support, but other than that, I hope you have a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.